Released in 1996, we have the Game Boy Pocket from Nintendo. And this was an updated version of the old classic Game Boy. Now, as you can imagine, the Pocket is much smaller, thinner, and more compact than the old white brick. Look at that, isn't that something? Now the Game Boy Pocket runs on less battery power than the original Game Boy. We see it runs on just 2 AAA batteries. And it gets some comparable playtime compared to the original Game Boy's 4 AA batteries. Anyhow, another important thing that they changed was that bloody screen. Now the screens are the same size, but they have a much higher quality screen in the Game Boy Pocket than the original Game Boy. Because this screen sucked ass. Now this one's still black and white, but it's true black and white as opposed to a green monochrome like the original Game Boy. So it doesn't look all like everything's washed over in pea soup. It's actually black and white. Let's pop in a little Hunt for Red October. Give you a little demonstration. I don't know if you can see that well. Let's see if I can turn the contrast up a little bit. Other way. It's a little hard to film, but this is actually black and white as opposed to monochrome green. Alright, enough of that. So if you're in the market for a Game Boy and don't want to spend the money for a Game Boy Advance, but you don't want to carry around this big brick, it's not a bad option. These things are relatively inexpensive, and they tend to be in better shape than the original Game Boys, mostly because of the build quality of the screen. The original Game Boy, the screen build quality was so poor that most of them deteriorate over time, and it's really hard to get a good one that has a good screen. And there you have it, the Game Boy Pocket. I'm Dommy from Classic Games Revisited. Until next time.